Yes, friends. Now here is the format of cash flow statement. I am going to discuss this format in detail. Cash flow statement can be prepared by direct and indirect both methods. So all of first I am going to discuss cash flow statement with indirect method. So please just understand. For all of us, you have to write the name of company in capital letters, XYZ Limited. Then cash flow statement in capital letters for the year ending. It is indirect method, so write indirect method as per accounting standard 3. So what is the format? As I told you, cash can come from three activities. So first activity is cash flow from operating activity. Second is cash flow from investing activity. And third is cash flow from financing activities. So what is the format? All of us, we will discuss investing and financing because remaining all items will go to operating activities. Investing activity, as I told you in previous video, we invest money in fixed assets or investment. So proceed from sale of tangible assets means if fixed assets are decreasing, in current year. For example, last year they were of 10 lakh and current year they were of 8 lakh. That means 2 lakh fixed assets have been sold by you. That means you received cash of 2 lakh. So cash is inflow, so it should be added. Simply just try to understand if cash is coming, then it should be added. If cash is going, then it should be deducted. So proceed from sale of tangible fixed assets. That means if fixed assets are decreasing, they should be added. And proceed from intangible assets like goodwill. If goodwill is decreasing, that means don't write this word here because goodwill is written off. So goodwill should not be there. Next we have proceed from sale of non-current investment like long-term investment. Fixed assets and investments. If you not invest money in fixed asset, then definitely you will invest some money in shares and debentures of another company. So if you invest money there, if it is decreasing, it should be added. If it is increasing, it should be deducted. Next, as I told you, if you invest money in investment as an investment, then definitely you will receive interest and dividend. And if you invest money in fixed asset, then you will rent received. Then you will receive the rent. Next we have purchase of tangible fixed assets. So if fixed assets are increasing, they should be deducted. If fixed assets and if goodwill is increasing, it should be deducted. Keep it in mind, if goodwill is decreasing, then it should not be added. It's by mistake. Next we have purchase of non-current assets. If non-current investment are increasing, then it should be less because cash is going. So we shows bracket for less figures. Next we have cash flow from financing activities. If we issue shares and debentures, then cash is coming. And if we redeem them, then cash is going. So it should be deducted. Similarly, if we take loan, then cash is coming, then it should be added. That means if they are increasing, they should be added. And if they are decreasing, they should be less. If you issue shares, then you have to pay dividend. So all dividend, final dividend, interim dividend, they should be less. They should be less because cash is going. And interest should also be paid, so it should be also be less. And as I told you, if loan and debentures paid, they should be less. Now all that things which left like net profit and reserves, profits, current assets, current liabilities, they all should be transferred in operating activity. Now we will do the format of operating activity. So our first question related to operating activity. Tomorrow I am going to listen this statement. So just try to understand properly. What is cash flow from operating activities? All of us, net profit before tax. Then add non-cash items. Listen students, keep it in mind, our focus is on cash. So all that items which are non-cash and previously deducted from profit, that should be added again. For example, depreciation. When you calculate profit, you just less depreciation, but it is non-cash expenses, so it should be added again because we are calculating cash here. So all non-cash expenses should be added. Depreciation should be added. Preliminary expenses written off should be added. Goodwill written off, as I told you, if goodwill is decreasing, that means it is written off. So it should be added. Intangible all written off. Patents written off, trademarks written off, it should be added. Interest on long-term borrowings, interest paid should be added, and loss on sale of fixed asset. Why interest paid should be added here? Because interest paid is related to financing activities. But as you remember, when you prepare trading and profit and loss account, then interest paid should be less. But now interest paid is related to financing activities, so it should be added in operating because it reduces our profit, so it should be added again. Next we have interest income. Interest income means if interest received, it should be less because interest received is related to investing activities. So it should be added there. So that's why it is less from here. All that things which are treated in investing and financing, that should be reversed in operating. If they are added in investing or financing, then should be less in operating. If they are less in investing and financing, then they should be added in operating. So dividend income should be less. Rent income, rent received should be less because they all are added in investing. So they all should be less in here. And profit should also be less. In this way, we will get operating profit before working capital changes. Now, current assets and current liabilities left. So, we should treat current assets and current liabilities. If decrease in current asset, then it should be added. If increase in current liability, then it should be added. Why? Why they should be added? For example, we take an example of debtors. Debtors previously 10,000, previous year. And current year they were of 2,000. What does it means? That means debtors paid their cash. 8,000 will be received by us. So cash is increasing. So it should be added. Similarly, if debtors are 10 to 12,000, debtors are increasing. That means we take loan from them. So debtors are increasing. So they should be less because cash is going. Next we have increase in current liabilities, they should be added, and decrease in current liabilities. So just learn it that we have negative relation with current asset and positive relation with current liability. If current asset decreasing, they should be added. If current asset increasing, they should be less. If current liability increasing, they should be added. If current liability decreasing, they should be less. In this way, we will get cash from operating activities, less tax, then we will get final cash received from operating activities. Thank you.